Hi, Jesse. I read the text you sent this afternoon saying that your business trip might be extended. When are you going to be back then?
Oh, hi, Skylar. I was supposed to return home after 3 weeks, but the employee who was supposed to take my place after I returned got into an accident, which means that I'm going to have to stay here for a little bit longer.
My God, that's so unfortunate.
The company told me that returning home in 3 weeks was going to be difficult and that I would have to take care of things while they arranged for someone else to take my place. They didn't tell me exactly how long that would take, though.
I see. I guess the only thing you can really do is do what they say and stay there for a bit longer, huh? You can't just refuse and go home if that's the situation. Right?
Yep, sorry. I don't think it's going to take that long, though. I was so looking forward to returning home and living as a family again for the first time in 2 years. I guess I'll just have to wait a little bit longer. Damon's already in his third year of middle school, right? I'm sorry I couldn't be there for such an important period in his life.
Don't be. After all, there's nothing you could do about it, since it's part of your job, right? Besides, you'll return once they find someone else to take your place, right?
It's not as easy as it sounds. It'll probably take some time before they find the right person to take my place and train them.
Well, it's not like you won't be returning ever again. We'll just wait a bit longer until then, so take all the time you need.
I guess you're right. There's no use in moping around. I'll do my best until I can finally return.
That's the spirit. Oh, I almost forgot. You're going to come home temporarily, right? When is that going to be?
Oh, you're right. It's almost peak season, so I should probably visit before it starts.
Just tell me when that's going to be as soon as possible, all right?
Yep, I'll tell you as soon as it's decided. Hi, Skylar. I know it's a bit sudden, but I think I can come visit today. You see, a meeting was suddenly arranged to take place at the company headquarters. The meeting itself shouldn't take that long, so I'll probably be free by this afternoon. Damon's summer vacation starts tomorrow, so I thought that the three of us could go out for dinner. Are you reading these texts, Skylar? Are you busy doing household chores or something?
Hi, Dad. Can you talk right now?
Oh, hi, Damon. Today's the closing ceremony at your middle school, right? Did it already finish?
I can't get in the house.
What? Why?
I left school early.
Huh? Are you feeling sick or something?
No, I feel alright. It's just that...
What is it? Is it something you can't easily tell your father?
It is, but I'll tell you.
What's wrong? It's alright if you take your time. Just explain it to me carefully.
Well, you see, Mr. Ramirez from school is currently inside our house. He's my homeroom teacher.
What? Your homeroom teacher? Why is he in our house?
It looks like he came here earlier by car. I saw his car in the parking lot near our house.
Sorry, Damon. I don't quite understand what you're trying to tell me. Why is your homeroom teacher at our house in the first place? That reminds me, I haven't been able to get in contact with your mom, which is strange since she should be home at this time. Did something happen?
Dad, Mom is also inside the house.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
I think Mom is cheating on you with Mr. Ramirez.
What?
Sorry for being so sudden. I don't have any pictures or any sort of concrete evidence, so I don't know if you'll believe me or not. But one time Mr. Ramirez noticed that I had seen him and Mom together, and ever since then he's been picking on me.
What? Are you sure you saw the two of them together?
Just like you said today was the closing ceremony at school. But when I passed Mr. Ramirez in the hallway, he gave me this nasty smile. I was afraid he was going to do something to me again, and I couldn't stop myself from crying. I pretended to feel sick and went home before the ceremony started. But then I saw Mr. Ramirez enter our house on my way home.
I understand now. You don't need to tell me anything more. Damon, where are you right now?
I'm at the park near our house. You know the concrete hut that's big enough to fit one person? I'm currently hiding inside that since I thought a kid wearing a uniform at this hour would stand out.
Got it. I know where that is. I'll come and pick you up right away.
What?
You see, I was suddenly called to the company's headquarters today, so I'm pretty close to our house right now. The business at the company just finished, so I texted your mom, but she didn't reply. And it didn't seem like she was reading my text at all either. I was wondering what might have happened when you texted me.
Dad, come and pick me up quick.
I'll be there in about 20 minutes, so just wait for me until then, okay?
Yup, I'll wait for you here.
It's break time for you, right, Jesse? Sorry I couldn't reply to your text yesterday. My phone was acting a bit strange, so I decided to turn it off and not touch it for a while. I completely forgot about it, and only saw your text late at night.
Oh, hi, Skylar.
Oh, that's right. I noticed at the same time I got news from Damon. You met with him yesterday and went out for dinner, right? And then he went with you on your business trip? I was so worried when he didn't come home.
Yep. I told him how my trip was going to be extended for a bit, which is when he said he wanted to spend his summer vacation with me. He said he went home after school but couldn't get in since the door was locked. Apparently, he forgot the key at home.
Oh, right. I didn't notice at the time. I was suddenly called to work at my part-time job. He must have came while I wasn't home. They didn't have enough people at the store, so I was forced to work. Until late in the night, you see.
Oh, a part-time job. I see.
Yep, for some reason, all the people who regular came in at that time took leave. Still, it's my fault for not replying to your text sooner. I know I couldn't have done anything about it. But still, I'm sorry.
Yep. Well, that's the situation, I guess. I know you're probably surprised at the sudden change in plans, but Damon already received his summer homework at yesterday's ceremony. I'm going to buy anything he needs here. I'll return him sometime during his summer vacation, so I'll leave it to me.
Got it. Take care of Damon, all right?
Did you finish shopping, Damon?
Yep, I bought everything we need. I'll come home after I rest for a bit.
Yep. Take care. By the way, I got a reply from your mother.
Oh, what did she say?
She gave an excuse for not being able to reply last night. It was actually pretty believable. I probably would have fallen for it if you hadn't told me the truth. She didn't seem opposed to you spending your summer vacation with me.
I mean, she was probably delighted when she heard the news. Now that I'm gone, she can bring Mr. Ramirez into the house whenever she wants.
Damon.
It's alright, Dad. Now that you know about it, I actually feel a lot better now. Just do what you have to do from here, okay?
Damon, I understand. I'll take care of everything before your summer vacation ends. Skylar, is now a good time?
Oh, hi, Jesse. What's the matter?
There's something I want to ask you. Can I have some of your time?
Oh, sorry, but I'm actually pretty busy right now.
Well, this is an urgent question. I got a text from our neighbor saying he saw Damon's teacher, Mr. Ramirez, enter our house.
Huh?
He's with you right now, isn't he?
Oh, well, yes, he is. A visit was suddenly arranged at his school, you see. Damon's homeroom teacher came just right now. I'm busy having a conversation with him, so can we talk later? I can't have him waiting on me.
Yes, but I'm not talking about just today. I received information saying that Mr. Ramirez frequently enters our house.
What?
The relationship began sometime during the middle of last year, so it's been going on for more than a year now. Ever since Damon left with me at the first day of summer vacation, he's basically been living with you. He's still there, right?
Jesse, why are you saying such things?
This is all information on the report given to me by the private detective agency.
Huh?
Sorry for bothering you. You two are probably having so much fun now that Damon's gone.
You're spying on me with a detective agency?
Yep.
Do you have no respect for my privacy? This is unbelievable.
Can you still say that after I tell you that Mr. Ramirez was bullying Damon?
What? He was bullying him?
Apparently, Damon saw you and Mr. Ramirez making out. Mr. Ramirez noticed that Damon had seen them and had been picking on Damon at school ever since.
Just what did he do?
Apparently, every time he passed Damon at school, he would whisper threats to him. He also would make it seem that Damon didn't turn in his assignments, even though he had. One time when a wallet was lost, he almost managed to make it as if Damon had stolen it. Luckily, the owner of the wallet just forgot it at home, so nothing big came of it.
What? Is what you're saying true? Mr. Ramirez was really bullying Damon?
What I can't forgive the most, though, is the fact that he told Damon you were probably the one who would take custody of him if the two of us ever got divorced.
Huh?
Even though I will be coming home soon, I'm currently on a business trip, which means that you would probably be the one to take custody of Damon if we divorced, is apparently what he told Damon.
What? Why would he do such a thing?
He knew that Damon was disgusted with you cheating on me with him. So he amused himself by seeing how Damon would react, knowing that he would have to live with his mother if we ever did divorce.
What? Did Damon himself say anything about this?
He says he wants me to divorce you.
What?
The person who's going to take my place has been decided already. I'll probably be able to return home before Damon's summer vacation is over. Which is why I want to settle things before then.
What do you mean settle things?
I reported the two of you to Damon's middle school.
What?
What they're going to do with Mr. Ramirez, I don't know. But there's no way they're going to let him keep his job at that school. I told both our parents about the situation, of course.
Hold on. If you do that, we'll have no choice but to divorce.
Obviously, we're going to get divorced. Did you think otherwise?
No way. Think about this carefully, Jesse. Damon is about to take his high school entrance examinations. It would be best for him if both of his parents were there to support him.
Damon doesn't want you to be anywhere near him. I don't think he wants your support. If you really care about your son, then I think getting divorced is the best option.
Then I'm not going to let you take custody of Damon.
What makes you think you can do such a thing in this situation?
If me and Mr. Ramirez got married, then we would be able to take custody of Damon, since the court will decide that it's better for him to have two parents.
Did you just forget that this Mr. Ramirez bullied Damon in school? And you're saying that he's going to be Damon's father? Damon doesn't want to be with you anymore either. I'm pretty sure he would rather live with me than the two of you.
But it's a fact that it's easier for the mother to gain custody of the children.
Don't you know that once a child turns 15, they can choose for themselves which parent they'll go to?
Huh? Oh, Damon's birthday was...
Yep, Damon turned 15 yesterday. Thanks to that, I was able to take action easily.
Wait!
I'm going to hire a lawyer to take care of things from here.
Wait, I said!
I already talked to your parents, and they already said that they'll make sure you leave that house as soon as possible.
Hold on, please!
Just pack your things and leave. Now!
Jesse! Please!
When Skylar's parents came to our house to take her away, Mr. Ramirez was still there apparently. Her father was already furious and almost succeeded in giving Mr. Ramirez a beating. Apparently, it was quite the show. Mr. Ramirez was fired from the middle school after that. He probably won't be able to get a job as a teacher ever again. Skylar, whose parents cut ties with her, was planning to marry Mr. Ramirez after our divorce. But it seems Mr. Ramirez was going out with multiple women. Skylar went mad when she found out and sent Mr. Ramirez to the hospital with heavy wounds. This was after I received an alimony and child support. So I was honestly relieved when I heard the news. After that, I sold our house and Damon and I moved to a company apartment. I'm now a single father, but with the help of our neighbors at the company apartment, me and Damon are able to live a peaceful life, which I cherish every day of.
This is Brenda, am I right? We just exchanged line addresses, so I thought I would try sending you a text. You there, Brenda? Maybe this is a good time as any to ask you a few pertinent questions. Oh, hey Becky, right. Good evening. Good to hear from you so soon. It was nice meeting you when our families met the other night. I was a bit nervous, but it was all very enjoyable, wasn't it? So, I'm sure you already know all about me, right? Oh, of course. You're the wife of my fiancé's brother, which will make you my sister-in-law in the not-so-distant future. I look forward to being a part of the family. What should I call you after we marry? Do you mind if I continue calling you Becky? Would you rather that I call you by your real name, which would be Rebecca, right? Becky's fine. I've never really liked the name Rebecca anyway. And it sounds sort of old-fashioned. It makes me feel old for some reason. Oh, really? All right, then I'll call you Becky. I prefer that too. Sounds way younger and accessible than Rebecca. So what was it that you wanted to ask me? Was it something important? My husband tells me that you're not working at the moment. Not even a part-time job. Is that true? Yes, that's right. Why do you ask? I just like to know is all. What are you doing now? Just lounging around the house, or are you working at home? Like the remote online stuff we recently hear about. Yes, that's right. Most of my work I do remotely from home. Give me the details, would you? I can't get a good grasp of what you're doing when you just say, I work remotely. You sound like a robot or something. Oh, yes, sorry. I guess you can say I send out images and messages through social media, stuff like that. Excuse me? Sending out messages and photos and the like, is that what you're saying? I'm not asking about your hobby, Brenda. I want to know what you do for a living. Actually, that is my work. It's not a hobby, as you suggest. Not many people can really make money just posting on social media unless they have some big sponsor or something. You're delusional if you think that'll work. Only a small percentage of people can do that. Besides, I just can't fathom a person like you. An ordinary run-of-the-mill woman like yourself would have the creativity or acumen to make money on social media. So what you're actually saying is that you're unemployed, isn't that right? This social media stuff is just a mere hobby. Oh, no, I do have some income. It's not like I'm unemployed, as you put it. If you're not bringing home any money, it means you're not working, my dear, which is the definition of unemployed. Really, I am working and bringing in income. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, what I wanted to say was that if you're in financial trouble, and I can see you headed in that direction, I just don't want you relying on me for money, that's all. Oh, is that so? I don't think you have to worry about that, Rebecca. If you don't want any family contact with me, well, I'm okay with that if that's the way you want it. Oh, yeah, all right. I just wanted to put that out there so you know where I stand going forward. What I also wanted to say was, maybe you should seriously think about simply nullifying this whole engagement. I think it would be for the best. Pardon me, nullify? You mean I shouldn't get married? Is that what you're suggesting? I better get going. We'll talk again.
Hey, Brenda, are you okay? What's this about?
Hey, Paul, what are you talking about? Is there a problem?
It's about my brother's wife.
Are you talking about Becky? Or should I say Rebecca?
Yeah, that's right. She contacted me and started telling me all this weird stuff about you. I was just worried. We're not even married yet, and I'm already hearing this bitching from Becky. I was a bit concerned, you know?
Yeah, well, we did exchange line messages, but the last time we met face-to-face was at the dinner meeting last month. She sends these silly messages saying stuff like, "I'm way more attractive than you," kind of stuff. Harmless kid stuff, really.
Oh yeah, I remember you showing me that text conversation a couple times. Boy, she never gives up with that nonsense.
Did she say something to you, Paul? What did she say?
To be honest, it was pretty appalling stuff. You sure you want to hear it?
Well, I can imagine what she said, so I wouldn't be surprised. Go ahead.
Okay, get ready then. She said, "If you marry that lazy, jobless leech of a woman, I want nothing to do with you." And if that wasn't enough, she continued with, "If you were marrying an attractive and stylish woman, she would be a nice ornament. But that unappealing and unemployed freeloader? No thank you." She told me to nullify the engagement now. "Sooner the better," she said. I know, kinda low, huh?
You can say that again, but I suppose it can't be helped about what she said about being unemployed. I was sort of vague regarding that part. I didn't want to be too fancy on our first meeting, so I toned down my makeup and picked that simple dress. To be honest, I didn't expect to get such a reaction.
I'm really sorry for all this, Brenda.
You have no reason to apologize, Paul. You didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, well, she is my brother's wife, and I can't ignore the fact that she's a relative.
But it's because of my vague explanation of my work. She's just figured I was making my hobby sound like a real job. In a sense, I don't blame her. Anyway, maybe I should have been more upfront about it.
Well, that's not your fault at all. You had good reason to be vague about your work. You know what, Brenda? I don't think your choice of makeup and a more subdued choice of clothes was in any way wrong. In contrast, Becky's flashy clothes and thick eyelashes are way too tacky for my taste. As a matter of fact, everyone there was a bit taken aback by her way too flamboyant fashion choices.
Yeah, I know. I checked out her Instagram page the other day. Boy, what was she trying to prove with that makeup? Like an insect trying to attract the opposite sex.
That's an interesting way of putting it. You think she's trying to attract the opposite sex, maybe?
I'm not sure, but as a woman, it sure looks that way. But what do I know, right?
But why get all dressed up for a meeting between relatives? Makes no sense.
Yeah, that was sort of uncomfortable, wasn't it?
Anyways, I already told my folks as well as my brother about what you really do, so that's not a problem. As for Becky, my brother is waiting for the right time. But if things continue, I was thinking of just confronting her myself and explaining everything to her. Maybe that would be the more suitable route to take.
Don't get all worked up about it, Paul. Your brother said that he had plans, so leave it up to him. He'll work it out. Maybe he's got his own strategy all worked out. You don't want to disrupt his plans, right?
Sorry, Brenda. This is such a hassle for you, isn't it? I hate having to put you through this.
Don't worry about it, Paul. I'm fine. I've dealt with people like Becky hundreds of times in the past. She doesn't compare. I can deal with it just fine.
But it's an area Becky would be really interested in, and I just can't understand why she hasn't figured it out. At the meeting, I was super nervous that she would recognize your face and would go totally berserk. I totally thought she would know it was you on sight.
That's how it usually is, these things. You just don't expect it. Your mind doesn't register. Don't worry about me. I'll just play along with Becky until the wedding. I can handle her, no problem. There's no need to worry, Paul.
Really sorry, Brenda. I appreciate it.
So, Brenda, you've decided not to nullify that engagement like I suggested. I warned you about this. Oh, hello, Rebecca. How are you? I heard you were going to be coming late to the wedding. Can I ask you what time you'll be here? We have to make preparations. I'm sure you understand. The wedding ceremony is just about to begin, so I suggest you get here pretty soon. Yeah, well, I'm not sure I will make it in time. Probably get there right in the middle of it all. I was planning to just skip this silly affair, but my husband was so adamant that I attend, I reluctantly agreed. What a total waste of time. I have much better things to do than attend this dopey wedding. Well, as long as you're coming. But just remember that I am a popular Instagrammer, which will of course attract a considerable amount of attention, so just be ready for that. Ha! You had it coming, Brenda. I warned you about this. Rebecca, what the hell was that today? Why did you do such a thing? All I did was make a grand entrance into your boring little wedding and make a surprise speech. Did you enjoy that? A surprise speech? All you did was snatch that microphone from the host and make a fool of yourself. What an awful thing to do to a person's wedding. Oh, poor girl. I did it to pull the lid off the real you. To expose your true identity. The jobless fake that you are. So sorry that everyone had to know the real you, the unemployed freeloader pretending to be some social media big shot. I didn't want to be associated with you as a family member, so I took the initiative and made my position clear. So there would be no misunderstanding later on. I hope you understand. So what did you think? Did my little speech convince you to give up on this marriage? You must have been so embarrassed that you will never be able to go through with this partnership. Just to be clear, I don't want to be a part of a family with the likes of you. You do understand, Brenda, right? I mean, it would be such an embarrassment to say you're a relative. How many times have I said that I really don't care to have any family relationship with you? You go on your way and I'll go mine. We don't even have to interact. Why can't you just accept that? It's not about just not having contact. I told you about my Instagram page, right? You look through it all the time, right? As you can see on my Instagram page, I am a makeup specialist. I have a lot of followers who follow my makeup techniques and heed my advice on matters of beauty. But if my many followers learn that a jobless, plain Jane like yourself is a relative of mine, I'm finished. Or at least it would smear my reputation. And you tell me you're also doing social media stuff? Probably just uploading idiotic videos and messages, but you see, Brenda, if it gets out that I'm somehow associated with you, much less family-related, oh my God, it would tarnish my good name forever, and I just could not have that. Any potential danger to my good name has to be eradicated for good before it gets out of hand. Oh, boy. I really don't know what to say. Well, you can thank me for a successful speech. But after I made that speech, they kicked me out of there pretty quick, but that drab little ceremony was cancelled anyway, right? No, it wasn't cancelled. It continued to the very end. It all went perfectly except for that little speech incident partway through, but that was soon forgotten. Excuse me? They didn't cancel the whole shebang? Everyone was a little shocked at first, but most got over it. Some even thought it was just a prank. No way, you're lying. The timing of that surprise speech that you made was pretty good, though. Everyone sort of cringed after that. I hate to say this because I sound like I'm boasting, and I assure you I don't get any satisfaction in doing that, but among the many guests that were here, a lot of them were here to meet me, a pretty well-known influencer. Again, I hate to brag. Right when you started that speech, we were right in the middle of a photo and signing session with all my fans. Excuse me? Influencer? What the hell are you even talking about, Brenda? I'm saying I'm a well-known influencer, you know, a content creator on social media. I know exactly what an influencer is. You don't have to explain. So that means you've seen my face on Instagram then? Huh? See you? Yes, I know that you follow me on my page and you even liked me a bunch of times. As a matter of fact, you liked me on every photo. Wait, are you serious? When you barged into the room and snatched that mic from the host, you were so hyped up that you didn't get a good look at me. If you would have taken a good look, you would have recognized me right away because I was wearing the usual makeup that I normally use on Instagram. If you had only looked my way even for a second, I'm sure you would have realized who I was. Are you saying that normally you wear a more subdued sort of makeup? Is that what you're saying? Yes, that's right. I had a bad experience with this stalker once, so when in public, I try not to attract much attention by toning down my appearance. Just a way of protecting myself. I guess you can say it's kind of like a disguise. Wait a second. The people I follow on Instagram are limited. I only follow certain people, not any ordinary influencer. I probably only follow the top 10 influencers on Instagram. Are you saying that you're one of those top 10 people? Precisely. That's exactly what I'm saying. Why didn't you tell me this sooner, if I would have known? I made a complete fool of myself. Was this all on purpose? Of course not. Your husband asked me not to tell you. He thought it would be better. Excuse me? My husband told you not to tell me? Now why in the hell would he do that? He knew how you would react, is probably why. Once you found out I was a well-known influencer, you would use the status of your family reputation to me and blow everything out of proportion. I guess he didn't want you making a total fool of yourself. What? He said that? Yes, but I suggest you ask him directly. I don't want to put words in his mouth. From here on, this is an issue to be worked out between husband and wife. Brenda, are you there? Oh, please talk to me. My husband, he just divorced me. What did I do that was so wrong? All that makeup and clothes I needed for my Instagram page. I bought it on his credit card and my husband found out about it. I told him that I needed that stuff for my Instagram page. Besides, we're married, and so what's so wrong about sharing funds, right? But it turns out that his credit card was linked to his personal savings. Money he saved when he was single. I used a considerate amount, like $20,000. So after the divorce, I was told I would get nothing. It would have to reimburse him for the stuff I bought. Is that fair? What am I going to do? I can't pay him back for all that with just my part-time job money. Brenda, could you lend me some money? Please? An influencer like yourself, you make pretty good money, right? I'll pay you back in no time, so please, Brenda, help me out here. So please, $20,000. Please, I would really appreciate it. If you could add a little more so I could get back on my feet, oh, that would really be helpful. Sorry, Rebecca. I think I'll pass on that. And if you don't mind, I'm going to block you. Wait, please. See you around, Rebecca. Please, Brenda, help me out, please! Right after the wedding and that so-called surprise speech, Rebecca's Instagram page lost all her followers and went crashing down into the digital abyss. Someone at the wedding recorded the whole incident on their phone quickly uploaded it to social media. And we all know what go viral means. I was surprised her Instagram page went down so quickly after that. Her dream of becoming a popular influencer vanished without a trace. After the divorce, she was relegated back to her parents' place back east. She was given one of those senior citizen phones that only have 3 or 4 important numbers preset and with no access to the internet. And I heard that she was only allowed to have no more than $10 in her purse. And of course no credit card of any kind. Only cash. Her parents got her a job just down the street at a relative's business, so they have her monitored 24/7. She's more like a prisoner now with nowhere to go. All she does is work to pay off her debts. Everyone in the neighborhood knew her story, what with that viral video and all. Actually, she was somewhat of a celebrity over there. Not exactly the kind of fame she was dreaming about.